Now that we've looked at dividing using the place value sections method, we'll take a look at dividing using expanded notation. To model this method, I'm going to be using the same expression that was used in the previous video, 764 divided by 4. When using this method, we're going to set up the problem using the traditional long division symbol or division bracket, with 764 as my dividend inside of the bracket and 4 is my divisor outside of the bracket. You're going to notice that my language and my steps will be the same as the place value sections method. However, the way that I record these steps is going to be different. It's important when working with the dividend 764 that I recognize that that number has 3 place values in it. The hundreds place, 700, my tens place, 60, and my ones place, 4. Now that I've attended to place value, I can begin solving this problem. When working through my division, I need to remember that my divisor, 4, represents the number of groups that I need to divide 764 into equally. So when I ask myself, how many hundreds could I multiply by 4 to get an answer of 764 or less, what I'm actually asking is, how many groups of 100 could I put into each of those 4 groups equally? And my answer would be 1. I could put 100 into each of those 4 groups equally, and then I have used 400 of my 764. So now I'm going to subtract in order to figure out what's remaining, and the answer is 364. At this point in the problem, I remind the students that when they're looking at the new dividend, 364, because we've already figured out our hundreds place, we're now looking at that value as groups of 10. So when you look at the number 364, how many groups of 10 are in that number? And the student should recognize that there are 36 groups of 10 in the number 364. So when figuring out how many tens can I multiply by 4 to get close to 364 without going over, what I'm actually asking is, how many groups of 10 can I put into 4 equal groups without exceeding 364? And the kids should recognize that 9 groups of 10 times 4 is 360, or 36 groups of 10. So at this point, I have now put 360 into my 4 equal groups. So I'm going to subtract and find that I still have 4 remaining. I know that I can multiply 1 times 4 to use up those 4 and end with a remainder of 0. Now I teach the kids to use a bracket to represent their process of adding each of those partial quotients. 100 plus 90 plus 1 gives me a quotient of 191 with no remainder. In conclusion, 764 divided by 4 equals 191. This was a closer look at how to divide using the expanded notations method.